what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome in to the Tuesday edition of your show. Can you send that down to him, please? Uncle Brando, thank you very much. My name's Gary. I am your host. Welcome to the only live show originating out of Saskatoon, dare I say Saskatchewan, that goes live 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, rain or shine. We are always here because we understand the value in being live and being real all the time. You can't say, yeah, we're just a bunch of real people hanging out in the city that we love doing awesome shit. You can't say that if you aren't living it. You know what I mean? So being real is very important around here. Going live, allowing ourselves to make mistakes, all those things, we thrive on it because we're human, just like you. If you were to start a content creation studio, it would be just like this. I know it because it's for the people, by the people, and that's why we love it so damn much. I also love it because each show is a show within a show, if that makes sense. It does sound pretty catchy when you say it like that. That's kind of fun. Totally incept myself. Incepticize myself?
Showception.
Whatever it is. Showception. Mondays, we got the female Mondays is sort of what we're going with right now. Working title.
Inception?
That could be good too. Sounds like Cajun boy. Inception. Wednesdays, the all the way around table, which is a lovely, lovely time. Thursdays, we check in with CTV's Matt Young as well as Johnny Factoid likes to stop by. Fridays, the Friday Fun Table. That just leaves Tuesday. And this Tuesday is very, very good. Before we introduce you to why this is going to be such a great evolution of this incredible show we do on Tuesdays, I think we should check in with the world's greatest camera. So good, in fact, it's won 5 different awards, making it the 5-time Booker T Gold Medal Award-winning camera. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Maggie Cam. Look at her today. Hey, come on, perk up a little bit. You're hiding your beautiful face.
Oh, those awards.
Too many awards, man. The Maggie Cam, the highlight of the day. Everyone loves the Maggie Cam, the best way you could ever kick off a show because you always get to see this beautiful, majestic beast. And we get to talk about our friends at Pet Planet on 8th Street, okay? You walk in those doors, everything changes. Your life gets so much better. Maggie's boyfriend, Leroy, they met at a greeting welcoming dog convention. He greets and or welcomes you at the door, walks you up to the till. You say hi to Rochelle or Mike, and then your shopping experience begins. I'm talking poop, cleanup, utensils ready for you, pooper scoopers. I'm talking about the greatest cleaning station in the history of mankind. We're going to show those off, not now, but we will soon. Those pictures from Pet Planet. It's going to be fantastic. Big Urs was all up in there and did a photo shoot. It was incredible. That cleaning station is right beside all of the fridges they have near the back, full of all the raw foods if you would like to switch your dog to a raw food diet, okay? Got the dry foods. They got all the treats your heart can handle, all the toys your pets can handle, all the outfits we can all handle. And they got buckle up collars and leashes. I don't know why I'm pointing because it's on the Maggie Cam right now, but we have one of them up here on the set right now. And they are so incredibly, fantastically awesome. All of that and so much more waiting for you. They're also open on weekends and after hours, thanks to Kirsten and Chris. Be sure to stop by, say hello, and change your life forever for the better with our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. I see her eyes are moving a bit. Give us a smile. A little smile. Anything? Anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the angry daughter right there. Dad, leave me alone. I'm napping.
Please.
All right. You hear all the ruckus in the background now. Might as well introduce the panel today. We have a show. You can check it out. Audio. I did post one. I don't know if it got posted, but I put one together. It's there. It's ready for upload. I'm not sure if it got done yet, so I have to make sure I talk to Network Ryan about that. I have another one up and coming, the audio version of the All Out of Angst podcast. Just Google All Out of Angst podcast, and you'll find it. It's on all those different things where you listen to stuff. And we have added a new member because we do a Twitch stream every Tuesday here, right before the show. And my man, Uncle Brando, is always here. It's like, dude, you're the same age as us. You grew up. You have all the angst, or you have none of it. We don't even know where the All Out of Angst part stands anymore because I think we still have so much. Either way, great name for a show. Without further ado, the OGs, Matt from all the bands, Uncle Mike from all the natural products, and one half of the Commander Cookout podcast, one full title of head of Twitch streaming. And gentlemen, Uncle Brando. See all our links, team!
Yeah! Yes! Yes!
What an intro.
Make it 4. This is so sweet. Welcome, everybody. How are you? We missed you last week.
I miss you guys. I'm starting to feel like a Band-Aid, but...
Like a Band-Aid?
A Band-Aid? I don't get it.
Well, just I'm not making it regularly, and I'm
Shush,
just
don't
constantly.
ever talk like that.
Yeah.
No, you're the best. We love
Band-Aids
you.
make it whenever you need them to, and they hang on as long as you want them to. I feel
Unless you
like
go swimming.
That's true. Then they definitely make it into that grate or whatever.
Yeah, God, I've touched way too many freaking Band-Aids in pools.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got a belly button ring stuck in my foot in a swimming pool one
This
time?
is why he's here, guys. Buckle up.
No.
I was at the wave pool at the Edmonton Mall, and I'm just like bouncing around, having a good time. Because, you know, it's like Brando doesn't really like getting his ears or his feet wet, but I'm doing it this time because I thought it would be super fun.
We're coming fierce.
And then I'm like, bouncy. Oh, man, my foot kind of hurts a little bit. So I like bounce over to the ladder and I climb up the ladder and I look at the bottom of my foot and it's somebody's belly button ring, just like jammed right into my heel.
So how did you know it was a belly button? Like, what differentiates a belly button
From an ear.
from an earring,
'cause it
from
was-
a nipple ring?
got it.
from
It
a-
was like a C shape, and then like the bar, like you could see where the ball fell off, and then it had like a little dangly butterfly on it.
Oh, that's a nipple ring.
It was.
Started with the
that's
butterfly. That gives it all away.
Yeah. It was clearly a navel ring.
Yeah. And I gave it to
That sounds
it to the lifeguard, and I was like, "Hey, this was stuck in my foot," and she was like,
Like, I don't care.
expecting me to threaten to sue or something, and I was like,
Just wanna
"Nah,
go back,
I
get
just
some more waves, man.
I just wanted you to know that I'm gonna go back in the pool now." Because I'm like, in my head, it's like there's so much chlorine in here, like nothing
Right.
is gonna
Yeah,
affect me. That's the point of it.
As bad as that is, about 5 or 6 years ago, one of those charging blocks or whatever, you know how they can like stand straight up, so
Oh,
like
yeah.
the two prongs can be, and we had one by the side of our bed, and Erin got up in the morning and she was like, "Oh!" She literally with her heel like stuck it in, and like one of the prongs was like completely in her heel,
Oh,
like
that's not
the
good.
most.
We call that
Yeah.
Ace Venturing.
Yeah.
The worst.
So you just have kids, and then you step on Lego like every day,
Build up
and then
the
you
tolerance.
just got callus straight.
What
callus
about
Lego on your
when you're
feet.
walking on the beach and it's like that rock, like super bad rock,
Rock
and you're like,
lobster.
"I'm just going for it." And you're like, "It ain't that bad."
Nothing makes me feel, well, actually, lots of things make me feel like a less of a man. But walking on rocks makes me feel very non-manly. So it's like,
And you try to do this because you think it's gonna make it
Yeah.
better. Like, ooh.
and then you just look even dumber. It's like, man, what am I doing here?
If I just step lightly, it won't hurt as much. It totally does.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
just
when I was
gotta
a
stop being little bitches.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my mom used to just like walk around with no shoes on in the backyard and she'd
Yeah.
do the gardening, and
Oh.
I'd run outside thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be so fun!" I run into the rocks and just cry.
And
I just cried.
Or the first pine needle will
Yeah,
get you.
the Russian thistles get you pretty good. You
guys.
know those.
Man. Apparently
You
we
know
got
what I'm
lots of-
talking
Apparently
about.
we
This
got
guy.
lots of angst. Man, I step on one pine needle, I'm done. I try to live that barefoot life, but it's so hard. Hey, you guys, have you watched I Think You Should Leave, Tim Robinson?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? You guys know the roaming crooner at all?
I
His,
don't.
his skit where he's got a thing painted on the window and he like pulls up beside people and it's like a cigar and it's on the window and then he goes, hey, look. And so he's like the roaming crooner, so he tries to get it up so the cigar's in his mouth and and then he's like a crooner. So that's like his gimmick. So we set up a roaming crooner station up here with one of our King Palms. And anytime anyone's come up, we're like, hey, give us a quick roaming crooner. But you guys already started here, so it's not as fun. But we'll figure it out. But it's a very cool new thing we got people doing. Roxy did it yesterday. She's like, so like, just like this. Like, yeah, of course, sort of. But you gotta like get in like, I'm crooner, I'm roaming.
I was wondering if that
we
was
build as a
I
family.
support
yeah.
this.
if that was a forgotten prop or if that
Tim
was
Robinson, man.
intentional.
That's the guy. Okay. I think I want to get a little more business done here before we dive in because we got some really cool shit to talk about today. And it makes me very, very happy. Hey, did you already do that? We're going to do a live read for you right now because we love live reads around here. Mobley's up there already, so let's tell you more about him. Oh, baby. Get pre-approved before you shop. Like, talk about a great... I love that line. The housing market's heating up and homes are selling fast. If you're serious about buying, getting pre-approved isn't just smart. It's essential. Mobile Rente with TMG, the mortgage group, will help you know exactly how much you can afford so you can make strong, confident offers. With access to multiple lenders, you'll secure the best rates and terms for you, making the process simple and stress-free. Oh, we need that stress-free. Everything's so stressful lately. Don't lose out on your dream home. Get pre-approved today. Mobile Rente, mortgages made simple. Text them or give them a call at 306-370-5804. Pretty good, eh?
That's nice.
Ooh.
Oh,
If you're watching this or if you're listening to this and you're saying, man, I learned so much about Mobley through these live reads, we can do that for you too. We can have people saying, man, I'm learning so much about this business or this person or whatever's going on. It's real easy to do. All you got to do is just get in touch with us. We have a theme song.
Ooh.
Are you guys ready for it?
Oh man, I always screw this one up.
You're in a band, man.
I know.
Neither one of us
That's
is should be good at this.
I
He puts
know.
all the pressure on it. That's all.
You're thinking too much about it.
You're absolutely right.
Just got to let it come to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the email
See
right
this
there.
Brando wisdom.
I'm telling you, man. Brando's been doing this a long time, boys. A long, long time. He's a wily veteran. He will never steer you wrong, and that's why he's here. He's my rock.
Oh, shit. Word.
So, with that in mind, you want to get yourself a library. You want to get yourself a banner like you see down there. You want to get on this back TV, whatever it is. Help us help you. We are here for you. We are the voice of Saskatoon. All the big corporations always yell, hyper-local, and then just, okay, now where we're going. You know, it's one thing to say hyper-local. It's another to be hyper-local, to support all of these businesses that you've been supporting all the time anyway because you live and breathe in this city. We have a very unique setup here, and we want to help you. So if you would like that, if that's something you're into, just send us an email to contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. Man, the harmonies are starting to go, and I'm building it. I'm layering it. It's getting good.
I
Boys,
feel like
be
3 or
proud.
4 down the road, I'll have
The
it.
problem is you're not doing it every day. I'm in here every day,
This
so
is
I'm
true.
always
Right.
tweaking it. You guys just once a week. So that was very good. Send us an email. Get in touch. Let's make cool shit together. I am going to send this. Who else wants to send it with me? Brando, you want it in the face?
Always.
All right. On that note, 1, 2, 3. Brando's face. Oh, I got him. Got him. Royal Anders is probably going to be walking in here any second now. He created this website, which is just like the email, minus the @ and the word contact.
Yes.
Very cool, very easy. I'm just going to send that guy with a big, strong wave like that.
Oh, I can see him. He's actually entering the gate
I
right
called it,
now.
right?
He's
Did I not
Look
call
at
it?
that.
My
Universe,
favorite part
man.
of that
It's the universe.
particular graphic is the perfectly sized street sign.
I was just gonna say
So good, hey?
it couldn't
Love
have been
that
sized more
street sign, bro.
appropriately.
LB agrees. We also should be promoting the other thing that we've been talking about. The reason Uncle Brando is here, we just finished another stream over on
Oh yeah,
twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. That's where you find us. Maggie's going to freak out when she hears Royal Anders come in because I'm looking for toys. Oh, the treats? Oh, they are up there.
Yeah, they're up there.
He's always.
He's probably got a
all
new
the
sack
treats.
of treats he's bringing in anyway.
He's the treat guy for sure.
Treat.
Do you think now that we're doing reps, because we're trying to beat Legend of Zelda Outlands, the ultra hard remix of Zelda 1, and the battery and the cartridge you've been using is dead, so we had to restart the game today, and we got all the way up to where we were
Dungeon 4.
quite quickly.
Oh, yeah, it's before, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to
To
our
make up
credit.
time, yeah.
But now we're kind of stuck again, and we gotta.
We had a great stream. We quested the shit out of. It's still Hyrule, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is a very cool, unique, fan-made game that is because there was Zelda 2: Adventures of Link, but that was more RPG based and side-scrolling and all that. This one's just like the very first Legend of Zelda, the gold cartridge you grew up loving, but totally different. And it was so fun to play it. That's twice now. The battery has conked on us, so we are going to. I said we give it one more go because there's a little thing that the Zelda carts used to say back in the day. Hold reset while you power off because then it won't short circuit and reset all your info. So we're going to try that and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
And thank you for
Yes.
the donation from that cart from our buddy.
Our buddy 5 Calamaro, One Angel Aaron from the CCO Discord. He's a good friend of ours, and he, I don't know why he has it, honestly. Like, he's not.
Unbelievable. So
I'm
sweet.
surprised he's old enough to know that card existed.
So
Yeah.
I'm
It's
still
very
trying to
cool.
wrap my head around. There's a battery
Yeah,
in the cartridge.
Save battery.
Yeah, it's like it's literally a watch battery that's soldered onto the whatever you call it, the chip.
board.
Yeah.
And
okay,
it
yeah.
provides a consistent source of power to the memory to it so that you can save your game. That's how they used to save games back in the day.
This is on a Nintendo.
Okay.
Yep. Nintendos and Super
Really?
Nintendos have them as well. Yeah.
Man.
You want
was-
the honors? You want to
Yeah,
send
I do.
Twitch back up?
Okay, what am I
Reach
doing?
over and just grab the top of that Twitch right there, and then we'll count it. More reach, more reach, more reach. Closer, closer, closer.
Reach farther,
closer.
boy.
Get up there.
All right.
Get up there,
Farther,
right
boy.
there. Yeah, on
There it
three.
is. There it is,
1,
bud.
2, 3. Send it. That's a good try. Not bad. The effort was huge.
Yeah, I heard
Very
the
well
effort.
done. Yeah, I felt the effort. Oof, that was hot.
Before we get
Most
into the-
improved member goes to
Twitch.
Matt.
Go twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media.
Before we do all of the fun stuff that we're going to talk about today, can I just say like one just really quick thing?
Always.
No politics, no religion here on the
Oh.
Dufferin Avenue Media Network.
Thank God.
But
Wait a minute.
I know I said but. We did have a big time federal election yesterday.
Don't worry.
And I just want to send a shout out to all the volunteers and the people that made sure that all ran
LB.
smoothly.
Yeah.
And made sure that all of us could get out and do our civic duty. And everything was fine. Everything went well. Results aside, it doesn't matter if you're happy with them or not. The fact is, everything went cool. And there's a whole group of people that worked really, really hard to make that happen. And I just want to acknowledge them because they worked really hard on our behalf.
I also want to make one more comment. So before the COVID pandemic, one of the elections, they had like a candy bowl with like gummies and stuff like that. And I remember thinking like, just everyone's hands going in there. It doesn't really seem appropriate. And then when I went to vote last night, they didn't have the candy bowl. So obviously they realized that it's not the greatest
They
idea.
figured that out quite quickly. Yeah.
Apparently, I was always going to the wrong polling station because
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
didn't
ever
get-
remember.
I didn't get
Yeah.
It happened. It was a thing.
I will say I had sort of like the feeling you get with candy when I went to St. Francis just over here, and I went about 10 o'clock yesterday. I was the only person there. I walked and everyone's like, "Hey!" I was like, "Hey guys!" I felt like I was walking in Cheers.
Yeah.
Good, all right. It's like, so is it busy? They're like mayhem, chaos till about a half hour ago. You timed it perfect.
Yeah.
And so I like just sat around, chat with them for a bit, and when I was leaving, I said, "Hey, I just want to thank each and every one of you for doing this because I could never do this, and you guys, man, volunteers, angels in human clothing." It's nuts. So I just praised them heavily for making it such a great experience. Would have been a totally different tone if I would have been there. Like they said, people were just leaving. Like they would come to vote and like, no, it's too long. Like,
yeah.
leave. Go back later. So
Wow.
yeah,
What would be the number for you to be like, no, I'm like, how many minutes would
2.
you?
I'm not sitting.
Would you-
I see a line.
Once I go, I'm committed.
So even if it was
I'm-
2.5 hours, you're like, I'm going for it.
I see a
Well,
line.
because
I'm
you
out.
never really know it's going to be 2.5 hours
Oh,
until
fair
you're
enough.
2 hours
Yeah,
in, right?
yeah.
So like, oh, I
You
should be up
roll
right away. I
and
should
you
be up right away.
If it's lined around the block, keep walking. Not for me. I am not going to spend 2 hours when I know I could go there at a later time and have no one there.
Well, that's true. I mean, I guess it
Not
comes
everybody
down
has that
to-
freedom, and I
right.
get that.
Yeah.
I took advantage.
And I think that's, being self-employed. I mean, I went to
Lots of
6
workplaces do allow you to leave.
I think they
work.
legally
Yeah,
have to.
absolutely.
They do.
think.
I think
Yeah.
you're legal. They're
We did.
legally obligated to allot you 3 hours.
Yeah.
I think it is
Yeah,
for you to
vote.
go and
Yeah.
vote.
And everyone would go and vote like super quick, and then just take your 2 hours and 45
They
minutes.
go for lunch or whatever.
Extra lunch break, and you grab the steak sandwich. And
I'm
you're-
voting. Leave me alone.
Exactly. I'm doing my duty.
I mean, I went at 6:30 or something on my way home from work, and so it like I kind of knew it's like, yeah, you're gonna have that morning rush for sure. You're gonna have the after work rush, like from 4:30 to 6 probably, and I figured by 6:30 it's gonna be pretty quiet. And there was the address change thing, so it took a few more minutes, but it whatever. Like it's
Dude, did everybody
pretty
vote
chill.
here?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't think there's ever been a time where you could sit in a room. Hey, Royal Anders, did you make your vote there yesterday, bud?
I can't vote.
Oh yeah, you're
Oh.
Wait, they
you're
don't
a
let-
Brit. He
They don't
doesn't
let you
have.
vote?
Yeah.
Permanent resident, so.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh.
Well, literally, like think about that. 5 guys out of 6. Like
Well,
any other
and
election,
he
obviously
would
he
have.
would have.
yeah.
but
So that'd be 6
can't.
out of 6.
That
Never
does-
in my entire life of voting have I ever been able to sit in a room with this many people and have them all say I voted. There's always at least 2 or 3 who's like, no, my vote doesn't matter. I don't care. Politics suck. I didn't hear any of that this year. Very interesting.
I mean, politics still sucks, but
Wow. That is impressive.
For the country,
that is
That
really
actually-
good.
68%.
That doesn't sound like a huge
Do you
number.
know what
but
the
that is
average
really
was
good.
the last few times? Or?
Like, I'm pretty sure
Well, I
it was
think-
like 35 or 40.
well, and like the U.S. was like super low, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's good to hear.
I don't want to, and again, no politics, no religion,
we're
but
not-
super low
but
turnout.
don't worry.
Look what happens to you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm making sure we're towing the line.
Right?
You guys know
We're teetering on the edge there a little
the
bit.
reason
but,
we say those words all the time is because of me. I have such a hatred for how those two topics turn people into absolute insane persons,
Oh, just crazy.
insane human beings.
Okay, numbers.
Okay, pretty good.
62.6
That's pretty
in
good.
2021. That sounds like a lot. Okay, so this is nothing.
Oh.
It's like normal. I
Well,
am
this
no
is the
longer-
craziest
you're
thing that's
thinking-
ever happened. Oh my
You're
God.
thinking the U.S. Gary, I think, because theirs was like 17% or
Here,
25%.
lowest one. Yeah, so we're right in the yard.
Yeah.
How come people always complain about voter turnout then?
That sounds like a crock.
Hold on a second. Are you telling me the government's been lying to us?
Well, I mean, maybe provincial and municipal are lower, and that probably paints our.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I
Paints
don't
our
like how I was
perspective.
very excited for that number and then it just got shit on.
No, don't.
I think
be
they
ex-
talk about
be
a lot in
excited.
this
It's
state.
like completely average. It could not be more of an average number.
It might be average first, but it's.
You know what I could
No,
use?
that-
You know what I could really use right now, boys?
higher than average in the last 20 years.
There you go.
Like if you go to like the 70s, like the 1900s,
So we suck
What
again.
about the states? What kind of numbers they got down there?
You're really
Turnout.
pushing this.
Well, I'm trying to make the comparison. That's
Just-
why it's.
I maintain close to 70% is a good number. It's
Yeah.
a good number.
I'm half American, so
That's-
I have to,
It's a good
We
number
should all
until
be
you
happy with
realize all the past elections have been right around that number and everyone complained about no turnout. Now it's not that good of a number.
Here's my thing.
Just because people complain, it doesn't make it mean it's bad.
Here we go. U.S. numbers. Bring them in, LB.
2020 was
46?
Ooh.
50? That's
Oh, man. 36% in 2012.
politics.
Get fucked on.
around 40 or less.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's also with, what, 300 million more people?
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, let's just
Yeah, way more than that.
be excited that we rule.
Dude, I'm just happy it's done.
Yeah.
What I could really use right now is a meatloaf sandwich. You said those magic words, and you got me fired up, bro. Like my grandma, she would make the best meatloaf sandwiches you will ever eat. It's like meatloaf, mayo, cheese, get it in you.
Oh, okay. So today,
So good.
I was doing the meatloaf sandwiches because Aaron had prepared a beautiful meatloaf the other night,
One of my
and
favorite
we're like,
foods,
well,
man.
we
I
need
love
to,
meatloaf.
you know, you have some of it, but you can only really have, you know, a meatloaf, and then you got to either do some sandwiches
Dude,
or freeze it or whatever.
I eat the whole thing every time. I am a meatloaf monster. Continue. Just wanted to let you know.
So yeah, we were doing the meatloaf sandwiches, and I went with rye toast, and I toasted it a bit.
You gotta get a toast on
Then
that.
I did, no, but not too much. Like I don't want it like.
Is the meatloaf warm or is it cold?
Okay, you can go either way. Today I elected to warm it up just a
Then
little.
you need the toast. That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
that's that,
You're
and
gonna get
that's
that
why I
juice
went.
going in. Gotcha.
So yeah, toast, not too toasty. A little swipe of mayo on each side, and then just I'm gonna say about a little under an I don't know, 3/4 of an inch slice
Size-wise?
of meat.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they were freaking delicious. Had a little side salad.
Man, you know, meatloaf has such a bad rep. Like everyone rips on meatloaf all the time. To the point where I was like, I'm not a big fan of meatloaf until I started just allowing myself to eat it. It's so good.
It's
the
delicious.
best, man. And then the sandwich form is so good. And yeah, that's like a childhood food right
But
there.
yeah,
That's
when
like
I
a
was
90s food.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my mom would do it, and she would not toasted, white bread, cold meat, and then she would cut it into the little like
Still so good.
triangles or whatever.
See,
Still so
I wasn't as fancy to call it a meatloaf. I always just called it beefcake.
Oh.
Brutus the Barber.
Brutus the Barber beefcake. Or burger cake. No,
Get
I
me
just-
that BBC
I just made that
sandwich.
up. I just made that up. But
What?
Yeah, it would have been cool if I called it burger cake. I think would be more appropriate. Meatloaf. But.
But yeah, it definitely brought me back to the 90s of
Those go-to
eating
sandwiches, man.
What
There's
were
so
some
many
of your
snacks.
go-to lunches?
Dude,
in the 90s?
my dad would get like salami slices,
Yeah.
microwave them
What?
so they like crisp up, and then boom, eat them like candy, like chips.
Genius.
that all
Again,
the
just
time.
a good protein blast.
That's it.
Yep.
As well, pepperoni sticks, and then you dip them in peanut butter. That's
Ooh.
another one of the.
Are you
that's-
serious?
oh,
Peanut
Is that
butter.
still a
So I
craving
still
that
do it
you'll
all the
get?
time. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm definitely doing
It's so good.
Because, all right, Vanessa, Murray's fiance, we were celebrating her birthday last week.
Happy birthday!
But yeah, she said we were talking about like things that you like or whatever, and she likes cheesies in that, like that sour cream with onion mix dip, where
Hell
you,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
cheesies with onion mix sour
French
cream dip.
onion? French
yeah,
onion?
yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's crazy, but
French onion goes in
so
there.
now I want to
Love
try
it.
that, and I got to try the pepperoni sticks with peanut butter.
As far as sandwiches go, I also became a big fan of getting a hot dog bun, cheese whiz, and then pickles.
Oh.
Get your pickles, cheese whiz, and eat it like a hot dog. So good.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going to honk. I thought we lost him.
No, I was sneezing. Oh, that did sound absolutely disgusting.
Oh, it's so good. What about you guys? Let's go around the horn here. Uncle Mike, what were some of your go-to 90s, if you will, or growing up foods?
Let's see. Well, I think it was a pretty standard sandwich, which was really introduced from a friend, I guess, and it was like summer sausage
Oh, yeah.
or salami or
already, yeah.
something, cheese and ketchup. Which going back now, it's like I don't know if I crave that as much as I maybe used to as a kid.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah, but I mean, I do crave, and because the gluten, I don't do a lot of sandwiches, which kind of makes me say I can do the gluten-free bread, but it just.
Oh,
is
yeah.
not
What about
the same
lettuce?
kind of thing?
Lettuce wraps.
I do a lettuce bun, guys.
Oh,
yeah.
man, nothing's more infuriating than that. Great, I love
But
it.
it's like
until
I
it falls
don't-
apart. Once it falls apart, I get so mad.
I just put in a bowl.
Yeah.
I do burger bowls, so I put fries and beef and lettuce and
We talked
onions.
about it in this Garfield it.
But I mean, I love like a turkey sandwich, but probably my dad would always eat like roast beef and like an inch of onion and mustard. I was like, oh, what the hell? And then as I got older, I was like, damn, I freaking crave that shit.
that's
Like,
The sharpness of the
oh
onion.
yeah, oh yeah. So you just got onion breath for.
I'm really excited to see where Uncle Brando goes with this.
I have the least exciting one.
That's why he's the most plain guy. He didn't eat a vegetable till he was 40.
Oh yeah, bologna and cheese,
story.
no crust.
Classic.
Bologna and cheese.
I love it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Cut in half, and then I would sit on my grandma's couch and I would watch the Flintstones, and that was my.
Oh,
That was
is
my whole
beautiful.
That's everything.
Ah,
I have another thing, I guess.
Yeah, keep 'em coming.
Maybe over the last
Open
few years,
convo.
actually quite a few years ago, I buddy turned me on to grilled cheese with onion, and then I started adapting that. So it's like I'll put pickles in the grilled cheese,
Yeah, I like
or you put
augmenting
like
the
ham
grilled cheese.
in the grilled cheese.
The problem with the meat
pickles.
inside the grilled cheese, though, is if it's like a tougher type of meat, when you take a bite, you
It
pull
all
the whole
comes-
thing.
yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's-
Oh, yeah.
yeah, then you burn your whole face.
Yeah, but one thing I like to do is like I'll fry up,
That's what
some
I do.
ham in the
Yeah.
pan first.
Yeah.
and
Get it
then
crispy,
and like
then-
any like
then
I'll
it'll
take any
snap.
sandwich. Like I do egg sandwiches a lot, I guess. But then I'll also put some turkey or ham in there with some cheese, with some
like that.
pickles, with some mayo, with some
I don't-
lettuce. Like, it's-
what about the move for grilled cheese where you put a little bit of like cheese on the outside so it kind of makes that like cheese crusty? Have you
Ooh,
ever?
I've done that with.
That's a
It's
pretty
kind of
good
like a
move.
cheese skirt.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll do sometimes like a play on the Yarden flag and does like a mushroom grilled cheese or whatever. It's
Yeah.
basically like garlic mushrooms or whatever.
good.
So you kind of prep those and just
Yeah.
put them in the grilled cheese.
I find it, I don't know if it's awesome or sad that all I've eaten for the last about 2 months now is bologna sandwiches with cheese
There it is.
and grilled cheese sandwiches. But the bologna has been done 3 different ways. I'll just take normal bologna if I'm feeling it. I'll fry up the bologna. That's my favorite. Get a cheese slice on top of that. Boom, boom, mayo, get in my belly. And rolled up. Uncle Grandma, best show on the internet, right next to the viewing room. By the way, new episode of the viewing room dropping today, and I got so upset. So we finish the other one. Roll it up into 3 little like bologna rolls, and then put it on the hot dog bun. Very cool. Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars. Episode 3.
That's a terrible movie.
My favorite cake. I was so upset when I found out that you guys did this. My good buddy Frankenstein and I and guy number 1, the 3 of us would always booze hard and then pass out about 2 or 3 in the morning with Revenge of the Sith on. Nice. Frank knows. Crazy Cal knows. It's like it became a tradition to the point where we knew like every word of that movie. And the reason I loved it so damn much was because it bridged the gap. We finally had canon on what happened before A New Hope. We got to learn how Vader became Vader. All the stories were told. I thought it was so great. Then LB comes on here and just tears it apart. He's like, oh man, You know, you got Anakin and Obi-Wan doing a 17-minute duel. It's like, dude, I get so
Yeah,
upset.
and I'm sorry. I'm just going.
It was one of the most
coming up.
duels
I'm going out
You
there,
got
but-
two of the strongest Jedi in the history.
It's too effing long.
But yeah, if you don't have Jar Jar Binks, you don't have a Star Wars, as far as I'm concerned.
That's a little too much. That's a little too much. I won't go that far, but I will say out of those first three, that was the first one I enjoyed. Was Revenge of the Sith. To the point where we watched it.
I
all the time.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Check it out. New episode up now. The Viewing Room, starring Dragon and LB. Or if you want to say it properly, with Adam and Ethan. That's how the intro goes. Brando.
Unpopular opinion, maybe. My favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One. Because I didn't actually grow
Sounds
up
pretty
watching
popular
them.
over there, yeah.
My parents weren't really into it, and I didn't have any friends that were really into Star Wars. So the first time I watched Star Wars, I watched them in order. The first Star Wars movie I ever watched was Episode 1, and I was like, what?
What am I watching?
What is this? How is this a religion? What the fuck is happening? What is this?
Yep.
And then when we got to like the fourth and fifth one, I was like, okay, like I wish I'd have watched these first.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of
There's a reason for you to get all of that
there's more
overwhelming
heart,
information.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
more heart to them, and it's
Yeah.
just they're better movies. But then when Rogue One came out, I thought that was like the perfect, no jack all about Star Wars movie, because like it's
It's a great standalone.
it's a great set piece. It's a story that starts here and ends here,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's done. And if you want to keep going with it, there's all this mythos that you can get into.
Yeah.
And it just kind of glosses
was Rogue,
over all
was
that shit that
Rogue
came
One the
before.
one that ends with Vader being like the badass Vader that everyone always wanted?
Yep.
That little piece of cinema just gave every Star Wars nerd the biggest nerd boner.
Oh, I know. When I went to see it, all of my friends were Star Wars nerds, and they were like, "Oh my god!" When Vader showed, I was like,
I can't stand up.
"Yeah, like I can't."
But it's
we
not
have to
just him
wait.
showing up. It's the first time you see, holy shit,
Like him whoop
Vader
ass.
is a beast. Like this is the guy that we hear about. It's not that super stiff guy that walks around like this. You know, like this is a guy, force, throw this, everyone's dead. Give me those plans. Not quite. And that leads into, again, A New Hope. It's another bridge in the gap because those are the plans for the Death Star. It's all very cool.
Very cool show. I like
One of
it
the best
a lot.
parts of getting into Star Wars is all the canon.
And the sassy robot also. I think he was the
Sassy Robots is kind of a theme
sassy
too.
robot was kind of my jam.
This is the All Out Angst podcast edition of your show on the Tuesday, hanging out with Uncle Mike from All the Natural Products, Matt from All the Bands, and Uncle Brando from the Twitch stream, and more importantly, the Commander Cookout podcast, and the BBO and the CCO and the YCC.
That's me.
Is C-3PO the sassy robot, or who's the sassy?
He
In
would
the
be
la-
considered.
In the later ones, he's like the gold sassy robot.
Yeah.
In Rogue One, there was like a that movie only sassy robot who was like, he looked really buff and scary, but then he was basically C-3PO.
And R2 is the sassiest.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
nobody's
very sassy.
sassier than R2. And he'll let you know about it. We have an intro thing that we can play. I wanted to try it on here, LB. Is that okay? My man. Just want to make sure that we haven't got to use this yet. Intro.
Oh! But now
yeah. We're
we need
halfway
to,
through. I know we
need
gotta
to
get-
splice Brando
You know
in
what
here
we
now.
gotta do? We just gotta like sticker him
photobomb
on.
him in.
Yeah, a
Sticker
little
him
picture,
on.
like,
Hell yeah. I think we can do that. Hey, Royal Andrews, how hard would it be to throw a picture of Brando on our little intro? Like just to slap it on. We already played it. It's all
Oh man, he's
good answer. Good answer.
He's so good at this.
Just, any red tape, he just cuts it. We got the red
That's how we
tape
do
cutter
it.
over here.
I want to get back. I want to get back into the foods that we grew up with because you know, I love food. There's so many. I remember the first food I ever made for myself was Kraft dinner.
Me too.
Doesn't surprise me in the least. And the thing that motivated me was I was at my buddy Kevin Kruder's house down about 2 blocks down on 7 McCaskill, I think it was. Love this area. Like, it's so funny. Every time I move further away, I come back closer to where I grew up. It's very interesting how the universe works. And we were over there, and we had Kraft dinner, and his mom made it al dente. I had no idea what an al dente was. I'm
Is that
like,
where you
man,
throw it at the wall and it sticks?
No, it's just undercooked.
well, I was going to say it's what happened to me when I went down. When I went down Diefenbaker Hill and there was still the stairs there with poles.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
hit the
baby.
last pole on my. I went down the stairs.
Yeah, you were
and I
al
hit my
dente.
knee. I have an al dente in my knee now. It's huge. Like it's legit still there. It's really weird. So that changed my life, and I'm like, well, my whole life I've been eating Kraft dinner soft. I was like, this is a game changer for me. So it motivated me to make it myself. And I remember the first time I made it, it was very al dente.
Yeah.
Way
That's
too
what
early in the
I'm
bowl.
fine with al dente. I just don't want it where it's like crunchy.
Exactly. And eventually we perfected it. So KD was one of the biggest ones where I was like, okay, I'm going to start cooking for myself. It was KD and Pizza Pops. Pizza Pops, man.
Like how meticulous? Like, do you put the butter in and then with the do you make
No
sure?
butter, bro.
No butter. Just raw dog it.
No,
Just,
no. See, I
milk?
perfected it now. Back then, I would have been listening to the rules because I was a rule listener. Now we're the bad boy of foods, right? It's like, I'm not going to listen to any of your instructions. Get them out of here. Well, what you do, you get a big jar of Cheese Whiz, cook that bitch up, get it boiling to your proper stickiness, if you will, to the wall. Not that I would ever do that. And then you drain it. You take the Cheese Whiz. I like to call it, this is the big hit back when I was living out of Blackstrap with the Knott Sons. Like, Gary, make a world famous craft dinner. Like, hell yeah. 3 cheese craft dinner, boys. So you hit it with the Cheese Whiz, spin it in. Then you hit it with a couple cheese slices, which is very, very nice. And then you hit it with the KD cheese. So it's a triple cheese. And you just keep it going until it's there. That's all you need. You don't need no milk. Don't need no butter. It all just works.
Wow.
And then you hit it with the pepper. Ooh.
Coarse or fine grind?
Whatever you have.
Okay.
Don't matter to me.
As long as it tastes like pepper.
Get a little pepper on there. Gotta give a little bit of something, you know? But that's like my go-to nowadays. But the first time I remember very specifically, it was such a game changer. It's like, that's how I got so fat.
Were you ever?
That's all I ate was frickin' Pizza Pops and KD.
Were you ever a catch-up on the KD?
Oh, yeah.
type of
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, I got into that.
What
And
about what
but
about
that was with...
KD and Dinks or?
Oh, yeah, if we were lucky.
Yeah.
If we're having a good day, you get wieners in there. We, like the whole... Yeah, it's all good. We'll just move right along. Okay. Foods. Give me more. What else we got?
Well, I think even before I had craft dinner, my mom would just make macaroni and cheese, but it was just macaroni with Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, like homemade.
Yeah, but even that wasn't. And
Boil
then
some noodles.
and then that leveled up when I went to a buddy's house, and his mom was like a chef, and she made macaroni with like shredded cheese. So it was
Real
like a
mac and
whole
cheese.
different flavor profile.
In the South, mac and cheese is a whole different
Right.
thing. Yeah.
And then maybe a year or two after that, I went to a buddy's house, and this is kind of a hybrid where he'd make the mac and cheese but put in the Kraft singles or the cheese
love
slice,
it.
and I was like, whoa! And then I think
Change
as
the
I
game,
got
bro.
older, then it was like you make it with the butter, with the milk, with the cheese slices, and then if you really want to like thicken, you like put cream cheese in it,
Oh.
you know,
You know,
to make it
Yeah,
extra creamy.
It's too far.
when I'm
Yeah.
hearing this, all I can think about is I think society would really enjoy seeing some of these snacks that come out of this house. Like my latest one, have you heard of like Cincinnati chili?
No.
Or Cincinnati spaghetti, I guess it is, where instead of putting spaghetti sauce on your spaghetti, you put chili.
Ooh.
Pretty sure it's a Cincinnati thing. So that's been my big thing lately. I got all these, like, those, what are they, Idomi noodles?
Edamame?
Edamame?
No, those are beans.
Adobo?
No, that's like a sauce. We bought them at the Gambate convention. Those ones with the sauce, the 3-packs.
Oh, like the ramen noodles.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, just for this, we'll say Ichiban. So you got the Ichiban in there, but it's like high class Ichiban.
Right.
It's like the Trail Park Boys. They're the good kind, $8 with the chicken fingers. And so you do that, and then my dad dropped off some stag chili. So I got the Silverado stag chili, and I do the noodles up, and then I take the noodles, throw them in the bowl, and I hit them with the chili. So it's like the Cincinnati spaghetti. And that's been one of my favorite things. Next to my bolognas and my grilled cheeses, that's where I'm at. And I think I'm going to start doing like how-to videos for all these disgusting, insane little things that I'm eating. Because people would really enjoy seeing this.
But I think that's where some of the best things come from. Is
That's
like
it, man.
You're, like this is how I was off the beer for a while, and so I was like I wanted to drink booze, but I didn't want to drink it with whiskey and Coke. So it's like, oh, what do I have? And it's like I'd find an orange and some ice and some sugar, and you make this ghetto cocktail, where it's like a glug of vodka and then an ice cube and olive juice. That's a martini, But it's like it was delicious, and it was.
Think outside the box,
Like the
boys.
desperate, out of desperation comes some of the best.
best creativity.
How do you think most food happened?
Right.
I'm gonna boil this old wheat, and all of a sudden you have pasta.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
pasta.
sweet. Okay, sick. I'm gonna put all this rice that I've had in my fridge for 8 days into this pot, and we're gonna fry it with some vegetables because the kids need to eat something, and now we have fried rice.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
Man.
Like food is I don't know.
I love
Yeah,
food.
for chilies though, like some of the things we do to bump it up, like we've had like chili with rice or chili with a baked potato. Those are kind of good or whatever. But lately, I've been just taking nacho chips and broiling cheese on them. So basically, just like cheesy nacho
That
chips.
was another
But
thing that I learned to
you
make
put
too
a
is-
little dollop of sour cream in your chili, and then you can kind of just dip the chip in the chili. It's like fire.
Game changer. Yeah, making my own nachos was another big one. Big monumental moment in my food cooking life.
We used to, I mean, this was, I guess, I don't know, I'm sure we had chips, but we would just melt cheese on a plate.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Just
yeah.
melted cheese and get it
Hell
so it'd
yeah.
be crusty on the outside, but like soft in the middle.
My
You could roll it up,
would,
be like
my
a
sister
cheese
would do that
roll
all
up.
the time. Like a cheese slice, and you just boil it until it's,
Oh,
and then
man.
you just.
Well, I always like the like brown crispy stuff, like cheese when you're like broiling cheese under
Cheese
a broiler.
skirts, man, the cheese
so
skirts.
like if me and Aaron, whenever we get old, like we've talked about wanting to do a restaurant, you know, because we're both very passionate about
course.
cooking this and that,
Yes.
and we called the brown pieces of cheese from making nachos or whatever like greeblies, cheese greeblies. So I want to make like that a special on our thing where we put these like on salads. Just you prep up a bunch of that like crisp cheese or whatever. I think it could be pretty.
So I did that with, like when I'd make tacos and I would just fry up cheese and get it like super brown and crusty, and then you drape it over something to give it a nice little
Cheese taco, man.
yeah,
It's
cheese
cheese
taco.
skirt.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it with Parmesan cheese. And then you put like you whatever, you crisp it up, and then you either eat it just as a chip or you like break it up then, and it that's these simple things that you change a little something and it gives it a totally different taste.
The pregnant yak, one of our boys over on the Twitch stream.
Boontis.
Boontis. He, whenever we'd hang out at his place just over here, Wilson, I'd walk over there with my boombox from my house down the back alley, take a left, I'm there. Drummer Laura from my bed son, the great Kurt Dahl. His room was downstairs with the drum set and all that. And I go over, I see Boone, we'd hang out, and then it was snack time. And snack time at the Boontis house was always melted cheese slices on a piece of bread. That's it. Put the bread in the microwave with the cheese slice on it, wait till the bubbles, pull it out. Probably had 1,000 of those. So good. I don't know. I've had it lately and it still holds up, but I think it's because I'm a little bit attached to it because it was
There's
so
the
good.
nostalgia and
All
things
these
like that,
foods,
yeah.
I believe, yeah.
What about Evan Hardy, the old Giorgio's cheese pretzel? You remember like the
I do.
pretzel with it was like a pizza pretzel with like mozza cheese, and
Yeah.
you just put a huge amount of cheese on it.
I do remember those.
Those
Yes,
were
I
pretty
do.
good time.
Those were solid, yeah.
Yeah.
They got pizza bagels now. Bill runs the cafeteria and he's got
Phil runs the
I don't
cafeteria. He's got
know.
pizza bagels. Probably not as good as the pretzel.
No, it's not as good.
I feel like it's
I
a
lived on those things for about 4 years.
a bagel's too dense for me. Like I don't know.
I like bagels with sandwiches. Like
They're
if it's
such a
bagel
tease.
sandwich,
Like you think
I
they're
don't
going to
cook
be a
it.
donut, and then they're just really hard bread.
I know, and I've heard people like, "Oh, I want to use it for like a hamburger bun." I'm like, "Nope, too dense. I'm not into that." Like a bagel,
It'd be too dense for a hamburger for sure.
bagels. I like everything or sesame, just toasted with either butter or cream cheese.
I forgot that we had vendors in high school.
Yeah.
In the lunchroom, there was a place where you get $1 giant donuts.
Oh,
They were
my-
$1.
My
and they were
vendors in high
giant
school were
donuts.
different than yours. Gary.
No, I didn't say dealers. I said vendors. Okay?
Oh, I thought
Very
you said
different.
vendors.
Those two.
I don't
heard
remember them
vendors
being
as well,
at,
actually. I
at
was like,
the
yeah,
cafeteria. I remember they would have like Texas Donut Days.
Yeah,
where-
dude. At Aiden Bowman, you go into the big social lunch area, and there was a till right on the side, and they'd have all these candies and snacks and these donuts. I couldn't forget the donuts were so big, and they were $1, so everybody's walking around with donuts, man.
And
They
I-
had the vanilla and the chocolate, and oh.
I remember on the Texas Donut Days, though, people would be cockily walking around with their donuts, and I would always like you walk by like bite.
Yeah, sharks are lurking. Oh, guys, this is
Don't dangle your donut around Matt. That's for
flashing
sure.
those
Don't
babies around.
dangle.
unless you want it to get chomped.
There you go. No dangled donuts.
Don't
This
dangle
is
your
the
donut.
All That Eggs podcast on the Tuesday edition of your show. You can find this audio version anywhere on the internet. Just give it a Google as well. You can listen to the replay here on your show as we are looking back at all those amazing, incredible, fantastic meals that we all loved while we grew up in the 90s so dang much. I do want to throw another one out to Royal Anders. Hey, Royal Anders. Did you have any British treats that you loved growing up?
Marmite. Bangers and mash.
Scotch
Bangers and-
eggs?
Yeah, bangers, mash, a good one. Scotch eggs, yeah, that's another good
Yeah.
one.
What's a
Steamed
Scotch?
peas.
What's a Scotch egg?
It's like a boiled egg that's like dipped
There's
in
like pork.
sausage or
Is there
something,
pork
right?
around
It's-
it, and then you like deep
And it's
fry it?
breaded.
Yeah.
They are delicious.
Meat pie. Yeah,
pie.
savory pies.
Like at Heartworks, the Yorkshire meat pies. Yorkshire. He was teaching me all about that little mini Yorkshire.
It's like Toad in the Hole, wasn't it?
That's what he was saying.
Oh,
Toad.
yeah.
It's more
Wait,
like a toad in the hole.
Yeah,
Hang
where
on a second.
where are your
Toad
guys'
in a
bowls? Where are your bowls?
I don't know what a Yorkshire pudding is.
Thank you for asking about the bowls. They didn't have any of the big bowls this year. They were just all little bowls.
Okay.
Like I'm talking like 1 pack of noodles in this bowl.
So like
You
toad in
can't
a
do my
small
3
bowl.
with the Cincinnati chili on top. But it was still a fantastic time. Thank you again to you for being there. And we ate, like they had these, they were dusted ribs, like on the bone ribs, but they were like deep fried and dusted. We, between the auctioneer,
I'm
Kevin
listening.
McKegg, Royal Anders, and I, we probably ate 1/3 of the entire supply of those ribs. Anytime anyone would leave the
boys.
table, like ribs, yeah, we had a couple more. And we crushed those things. I've never had any ribs like that before. My mom makes the most, like the best Greek ribs I'll ever eat. My mom makes them. As far as those types go, like a deep fried and dusted type of thing, never had anything better. Like they're so good. I broke my fast for it. It was and then they had a grilled cheese station, grilled cheese with a shooter of tomato soup inside. It was a really good.
Sorry, where was this?
This was
What?
the Heartworks Art
Dang.
Auction in support of the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center that we
Wow.
emceed on last Friday. And the food was immaculate. The people were awesome. It was so much fun. And I knew there was a couple funny ones. Give me one more funny snack that you loved growing up. Mom and Dad would make for you.
Did LB chime in on this, or?
He's next. Don't worry. Give me something. No pressure, bro. Even Maggie's mad at you. Look at her.
I mean, beans on toast is pretty classic.
Beans at breakfast is like a
Yeah,
thing,
that's like the.
What?
Toast and then you put the beans on it.
Yeah.
Like brown beans?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you look at a classic British breakfast, I'm always like, oh, until you have it, like, okay. I
yeah.
It's
get
so
it.
good.
Like
Yeah.
tomato slices, you got beans, you got your bangers, you got your mash, you got like blood sausages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm
getting hungry.
Keep talking.
Everything about it sounds so delicious.
Well, it's like huevos rancheros. Like first time I had that, I was
yes.
like, "What?" Like
Yes.
somebody got it. I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And then you get it. It's like, "Oh my
I get it.
god,
Yeah.
it's
Now it's
everything
happening.
I could ever want."
For sure.
At
LB,
breakfast.
you have anything from your childhood? You grew up with a professional chef as his dad.
Is this like snacks? Started as snacks and now it feels like
It's anything, stuff that's close to your heart.
We all,
that you
we
love.
all got hungry. So
Just nostalgic.
Give us a nostalgia. Here, hold on. We'll do this right. Give this the full attention you deserve.
Probably a big one would be pecan pie on Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
My grandma used to make that, or her lasagna as well. My grandma's lasagna.
Was your grandma American?
No.
No. That was my mom was American. And
What is it with
and
you and Americans today?
Yeah, you're.
I'm
you're
half American, so I don't know why. It's just on the topic.
With Missouri?
Yes, yeah. But yeah, pecan pie was a big thing down there, and so mom would make or pecan. I don't know.
real
She always got
pecan
mad at me
pie.
for saying one way. I can't remember which way it was.
Pistachio pie. That's probably not even a thing.
Pistachio pie.
I don't. That's
It
probably
should
not
be a
real.
thing.
I'm just saying. I'm not even sure what
I
else
love it.
pistachio is. I know it's green ice cream, but I'm not.
No, there's
Green,
pistachio
I
cake.
had
It's
some
like-
last night. Yeah, they're
pistachio
delicious.
cakes. So
They're
good.
expensive,
My
but
brother
they're
was like,
delicious.
Yeah, very, very good.
Damn, I'm hungry.
We shouldn't have did
Yeah,
this. I'm so
that
hungry
was
now,
the
and
issue.
I still got like 3 hours to go.
Yeah.
But I already got
You got
everything
bologna,
planned.
yeah.
No, I'm out of bologna.
Oh no.
But I have. This is another thing I've been doing. So I start the Indomie noodles, ramen noodles, and you cut it open. The thing, you put the sauce, and then it's got the onions, and then you toss it in there. And then it's got these 3 sauces.
Yep.
Liquid sauces. So you get all those in. What I've been doing lately is whenever I go for the Cincinnati spaghetti, I'll take all the noodles out and just leave the broth. Then I'll Cincinnati spaghetti that bad boy.
Oh hell
And then
yeah.
I'll go again and I'll get all that broth in there. And I'll go. This is like a 5th generation bowl of broth that I have
Hell
from all
yeah.
these soups. And I'm so excited to eat it. Like I'm drooling right now. I have 4 slices of bread left, so I'm gonna make 2 grilled cheeses, and I'm gonna Cincinnati those deliciously cooked up. Like in my head, I feel like it shouldn't be good because you're just taking this thing and putting it back in the fridge and taking it out, but then you're boiling it again, and then you're putting it back in. So I'm assuming it's killing all the germs because I haven't got sick yet.
You're dancing a fine line.
Or
but-
there's
Very
a.
fun.
Isn't
But, you
there
know,
like a?
it's like eating the puffer fish. Man.
Yeah,
Like there's a little bit of
the
risk
key
in everything.
is not leaving it in that danger zone of from like 0 to 4
Yeah, like
degrees
outside all
for
night.
a yeah.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that like a thing in Europe somewhere? Isn't there? There's like a famous pot of soup that's like the same soup from like World War I or something. It's like the same
they use
base
the same
of the soup.
fryer grease. Is that?
It's like a starter dough.
Yeah, it's like a sourdough that like never dies. It just keeps growing, and it's really weird.
Well, I hope
There's-
nothing
I'm sure
grows
there's a soup like that.
into the broth, but it is so tasty, man.
There's
I'm
too
so
much
pumped
salt in
for
that for anything to grow, bro. I promise
point.
you, once you put those noodles that we're talking about,
Yeah.
once you put that salt into anything, there will be no organic life that
Super
ever
good.
springs up in
Yes,
it. I
completely
promise you.
cured.
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
Full of
And then
nitrates. And
Brooksy got me this for the birthday yesterday. Skip the dishes. So if I'm still hungry after all that, I'm going to skip the dishes and treat my. I didn't order anything last night for the birthday, so I might treat myself to a little skip the dishes.
You get a treats of pizza?
You know, this is the first week I haven't had one in my fridge when someone's ever talked about treats of pizzas.
What?
Somehow it comes up randomly because I guess I love treats of pizza so much.
still make
But I'm
those,
trying really hard because I'm trying to make sure everything, be it mentally, physically, and financially in my life, goes back into this beautiful, amazing studio. So I'm trying really, really hard to save money that I would spend on myself. And I realized I had a bit of a treats of pizza addiction. I was ordering like once a week.
sounds like we're getting treats of pizzas for the whole crew here next week, guys. All right.
Well, the problem is when you go on Skip the Dishes, they have an offer of if you spend $45, you get a free treats of pizza.
Oh, well,
From anywhere, though?
it almost pays
I know
for
there's certain
itself.
ones. Well, that's what I mean. But you got to get that $45. So then I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to get there? And I'm like, okay, I got a kid's cheeseburger meal. That's like $8. That gets me a free dilly bar. Gets me my banana. Gets me my lemonade, and a toy if I'm lucky. That's pretty good. Do that, and then I do the chicken fingers, so that's like $16. And then you gotta get a blizzard, and if you want to get a good blizzard, it's gonna be like $10 because you don't want
At
a small
least.
or tiny, so you want like a medium. So then that gets you up to about 20, 25-ish.
Then you order an ice cream cake, and it's like there you are.
That's the finish. But then you got an ice cream cake and a treats pizza cup. So I try to make it one or the other. But the ice cream
Plus
like
a blizzard.
Like that's good. Yeah, and I'm lactose, by the way. Apparently, I'm like really lactose.
Well, you are now.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do the Princess Bride thing, hey, where if I just poison myself enough, then eventually my body will just like get over it. And it seems to have worked a little bit. But then you go, so it's either the celebration cakes are like expensive, but if you get a little log cake, and that's my go-to, you get a log cake for like $31.
Log cakes are the best ones too.
Yeah,
because they got a little bit more chocolate.
Yeah, and way more icing.
Yeah, way more icing and way more of that like
So good.
Crunchy.
crunchy,
The crunchy stuff is
chocolate
great,
sauce.
yeah.
So
stuff.
what if you put the cake on the treats of pizza?
Well, it would be hard because it's a log cake.
Well, but you cut a slice and put it on a piece.
Well,
of
the other
treats of pizza.
problem is
that
I'm usually getting into these treats of pizzas at about 1 a.m. when I'm highly medicated. So I take like the whole thing and it sticks to the pan so incredibly adhesive that you gotta like get a fork and pry it up. And if you want to cut it, it's really hard to cut through. So I just end up taking like the Cookie Monster.
Yes.
And I look at myself in the mirror.
No,
after
you don't look at yourself.
Yeah,
in the
don't
mirror.
ever do that.
Don't.
crumbs,
Bro.
chocolate, tears running down my
Bro.
eyes. What have you done? Not again.
Well, I've kind of
Ugh.
fallen into this little habit. Like when we moved into the place, I'm like, I used to, when I was a kid, I would like have a bowl of cereal before bed, and I was like, I'm kind of like Jerry Seinfeld. I like having the cereal at any time in the day. So
Yeah, me too.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a bowl of cereal before we go to bed, and I was like, literally in bed. You know, Aaron's like next to me, and I'm having the cereal. I don't know. I've kind of been doing this the last few weeks, and like I wake up in the morning and I feel like full, and it's just like, but I don't know why.
What's the deal with tummy aches?
Yeah, what's the deal with eating cereal before bed?
Yeah, I don't know.
I love
What
that.
kind of cereal?
Yeah,
It
let's get into
was
this.
Honey Nut Cheerios, and I topped it off with a couple of the shredded or mini wheats.
Okay, hold on. We're going to go around the horn here. This will be our final thing because we're running up against the clock. The cereals that you weren't allowed to have as a kid.
I was allowed them all.
You had free reign?
Free reign. I could put Fruit Loops on
wish,
Count
man.
Chocula,
Oh.
and it wouldn't matter.
Man. Cereals?
that we weren't allowed to have.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Fruit Loops, but if we would like go on a trip or something, then
Special
we could
occasion.
like bring back a
Oh, yeah.
box of cereal that you couldn't get in
Tricks.
Canada, kind of thing. Yeah.
Tricks or Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles. Gotcha. Yeah.
What's you?
Cap'n Crunch. I
Is that a safety thing about something
I could
else?
eat almost any cereal I wanted, but my parents wouldn't buy me Captain Crunch.
Because
And
it
when
would
I
cut up your
they-
gums, or
and when
Were
I
they
became a man, I became a grown man. I was
so
a grown
many-
man. When I was like, yeah, fuck you, mom and dad. I don't know buy Captain Crunch. And I had one spoonful. I was like, I'm in so much pain.
Yeah.
I'm never eating this ever again.
Were your parents scared of the ocean?
I don't think so. I
Okay,
am.
so-
I was.
Okay.
I went to the
Maybe they
ocean
were
for the
trying to
first time
protect
last
you.
summer. I don't know.
Because the captain.
Captain's crunching it.
You and the captain make it happen. It turns out that you weren't.
I still love it to this
Very
day. It's
underrated.
so
Captain
worth.
Crunch.
Oh yeah, it's so worth the pain for me personally.
Yeah,
I
it
love
just hurts way too
Yeah,
much.
no, I get that. We had a strict house of grape nuts.
Oh, gross.
We had Shreddies.
Yeah, D's
No.
grape
Yeah.
nuts.
We had Cheerios.
That's not
That's
so
the
bad.
best. That's the winner.
I like Cheerios too.
All brand. Like
Gross.
just
Man.
if I ever had an opportunity to get a sugar cereal, I was like, yeah.
Dude, that's
Later on, it got a
child
little
abuse.
more-
You should call the police.
Well, it got,
Honestly,
it got a little more lackadaisical as we went on. But
My childhood.
they
Sugar? Nope.
see,
Oh.
LB gets it.
Yeah.
That's what happens if you don't get any sugar when you're a kid. You
Your
turn
parents
into a
should've just
Doogie
hit you.
Howser,
yeah.
phenom, incredible guy building studios at the age of 19. So apparently we screwed up by eating all these sugars. But man, oh man, like you say, like if you're in the States and you're getting those Fruity Pebbles and like the Count Chocula.
I think we had like
Oh,
Reese
man.
peanut butter.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
those
yeah,
like
the Reese peanut butter puffs. Hell yeah.
See, it all sucks now because we have access to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids don't understand the excitement you get when you're having a sleepover and all of a sudden someone pulls out Fruit Loops, man. It's like Fruit Loops for real? We're getting Fruit Loops, dude?
Chocolate Lucky Charms.
And
Are
you're
you kidding me?
making al dente, KD. This is my kind of party, bro.
Yeah.
Life changing. Oh, cinnamon toast crunch we did get.
Oh, we did
That
get
was good
that
stuff.
as
That was
well,
good
yeah.
Why was that one always allowed? It's
I
because
don't know.
like cinnamon's not
right.
sugar.
It's like, well, it's toast.
There,
so it's
you
just
look at the sugar content, I guarantee it's just
They're all
as much.
terrible.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Well, and now, I mean, especially now too, it's like the food isn't even
Can I get
food
you to turn
anymore.
that,
You know what I mean? Like whereas back then it was.
resembles a wheat.
Yeah.
No. That one, but go over right there.
It's right,
Right,
it's
that
what
left.
we eat.
Yeah.
Not that left.
no, my left, damn it.
The other left. Oh, you guys, this has been fantastic. Let's go ahead and wake Frankie up there, LB. And we are playing the piano. It's been a while since we've done this. Hey?
It has.
We haven't really been into the piano as much lately. He's bringing pianos back. Yeah. It's always so hard to focus when he's right beside me doing this. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Ah, big thank you. My man Ryan Flaherty was in here today. We were having a talk. Local media guy, great dude. We had a nice little visit. It's going to turn into some really cool stuff around the studio that we're very excited for. So big thank you to him as well. The author John Fast was in the house today. He's texted me 4 more times. He's trying to get the finishing touches done on this really cool video that we are using to promote the book. You Can't Stop Love. It's absolutely fantastic. We love him very much, and a big thank you to him for making it in today. To LB on the ones and twos, thank you as always. The face that built the place. That is my special guy, my special man. I love him more than anyone else in the world, including his parents. So you can let him know that. And Royal Anders, so nice to see you, my sweet prince. You fully recovered? Yeah, my man. We went hard. That was a long, hard night, and we did a pretty good job. Uncle Brando, not just crushing on the Twitch stream. Every Tuesday, by the way, 1:30ish, we are Twitch streaming, him and I, and it's so much fun. If you're wondering where to check it out, we'll be like this real quick. Look at that. Boom. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. Thank you so much for joining the team here. Every Tuesday, he will be joining us right after the Twitch stream, which is very, very cool. I'm going to try to see if I can get this. One of those. There you go. And to you two jabronis, Uncle Mike and Matt from all the bands, thank you for always making Tuesdays absolutely freaking awesome. Whenever you guys are around, life is better, so thank you. We'll be back tomorrow. The All the Way Around Table. It sounds like it's going to be another solo production job. Stay tuned for that. We did our first one yesterday. It went pretty good. I only messed up once, so we'll see how all that goes. As Adrian the Canadian will be back in his al fresco in Australia. We'll also have Simon Hyatt, Curtis Anderson, and Coach Kamatu, a.k.a. Coach Mazer. He called me today, and all he played was just a song. I just called to say I love you.
Oh,
And then he didn't even say a word.
Yeah.
That's why we love you, buddy. Remember, karma's very, very real. Do good things and it'll happen to you, all right? Have a great rest of your Tuesday.
See you later.
See you later.